think I'm good. I think we're live here. Yeah. Had to tweak a bunch of settings in OBS. Last stream quality wasn't very good. Had to set that up on the new computer. But yeah, so gonna pick up from where I left off yesterday on this budgeting app. Make sure I don't have any sound on. Get an echo. I think we're good. Okay. So where we left off was working on the series. So recurring items belong to a series. So when we create a recurring item, it creates a series first. And that's so that we have a an object that we can go and manage. And then basically, like for example, if you want to see all the upcoming items for a particular series, you can go and see that. So we'll have a view for that. And but the first thing is to get these working properly when we create a series. So we're going to add first occurrence form field to series form. So that's where we left off yesterday. So let's head over to the editor. Got things running here. All right, so this. Head over to our series form. And so what was there? We need to add first occurrence form field. So let's just go see what things are looking like here. Let's lock this. Okay, so I need to make a couple of tweaks on this form, but let's get in here first. All right. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. So I had it yesterday. I entered a global fix for all form fields not being white, and then that kind of ruins what I had set up here. So I'm gonna undo that first. Let's just do this. Okay, it's better. Okay, so we go to a new item, click once, it shows the one item form, and if you go recurring, it changes our page to this new series page, and it gives us a different form. We have some dynamic options here. So we can choose bi-weekly and choose the day, go monthly, yearly. So, for yearly, we actually don't need due date because we'll have our first occurrence. So let's change how this is working here. So we do need a due date. So what things do we need a due date for? We need a due date for weekly, because it's like the day of the week. Bi-weekly and monthly. So the only thing we don't need it for is yearly. Okay. let's do this. We're gonna pull this out of here. And then we'll set up. We'll call this, what is the, I think it's first occurrence something. First occurrence, yeah, just first occurrence. Okay, so first occurrence. Okay, so let's then first payment date, pay on due date. And let's change that to say pay actually this should say first payment due date. And we'll change this to say pay when or something like that. Okay. And then this just needs to be a date picker. Do I have a date picker anywhere else here? No, let's go to item, form. Grab that and do this. We're just going date field, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of that. Go. Okay. So I'm going to need to adjust the yearly thing here because we don't need the due date. So let's head over to our form controller and let's clean this up a bit. AI generated most of this, so we got comments everywhere. Okay, I don't mind. Well, don't need that. Actually, we'll leave that. Day 1 to 3 for monthly and date pick for yearly. So we don't need this. So let's go like this. Let's see if that does what we're wanting it to do here. Oh shoot, I think my stream's buffer. I think I have my airport stream right. I need to turn that off. My time machine backup just like chews up so much bandwidth. Okay, power that off. I set up a, I have Home Assistant running in the house here, so I have a smart plug set up on the time machine. So I have an old airport stream that I use to connect my hard drive to the network, where my time machine backups are saved to. And when that thing runs, it really just like kills my internet speed. So when I'm doing any kind of gaming, it really just yeah, it really makes things laggy. But I have it set up so that every day at like, I think it's like 5 p.m. it just my home assistant turns off the smart plug so that time machine can't run in the evenings. So if I'm gaming, it doesn't interrupt me. But during the day, it does run. So I just used home assistant to turn that off. I think we should be better now. Alright, so where were we? Checking to see if the yearly. So we're still showing the due day. We want to hide that. So maybe what I should do is go. I think we have a target on the due date container, so we can go this dot due day container target, and we'll just go I think it's like class list. I'm so rusty on all this. Is it append or add? Hidden. Let's see if that does it. No. Right here. So button class list add. Syntax error. Okay, so it looks like our title is outside the container, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Just call it. Due day outer wrapper, due day. How do you spell outer? 2 T's or 1 T? 1 T, right? Missing target element. Due day outer wrapper. Due day outer wrapper. Okay. So it hides it, good, but now we need to unhide it on the other ones. So if okay. So go yearly, back to monthly. Monthly is not really okay. So we add these to the other ones as well. Let's do this here. So go yearly, back to monthly, shows it yearly, back to bi-weekly, it shows it yearly, back to weekly, shows it. All right. YouTube's telling me that the stream is still poor. Twitch is saying it's good. Okay, so we got our due day working there. We have our first occurrence added. So let's see if this is working. So we need to add first occurrence to form. So let's head over to our series controller. Do that. And then we'll create an item. What we got here? So we got item. Let's call it cell phone. Say $100 monthly. Pick a random date. It'd be kind of nice actually if it pre-selected it based on the day. That would be nice. Might do that, but let's get this working first. So go create. Now that's gonna, let's take a look now. So params, are we getting everything we need? So we have series name, we have an icon, we have a direction, we have an amount, frequency, due day 15, first occurrence, pay days before, and no category ID because I didn't set anything, so we should be good there. Just make sure it saves. Looks like it did. Okay, and then we'll go continue, and that takes us to our new series. Good. We don't have any items in here yet. Let's grab our categories view so we can just, whoops, go categories show. Should give us just hit most of this here for our items. Head over to our series show. place on our categories. Just go like this, category, series, check them, looks good, series, no items have been added to the series, add new item. No, we don't want to do that, so we'll get rid of that, but let's just do this first. And we'll say no items belong to this series. Okay. So we'll go series items order by payment date. Good. Now, so the series was created, but now we need to make sure that it's actually creating the items on creating a series. So let's head over to series. It'll create initial items. Okay, so we need to look at our frequency and determine how many we're creating. Let's go like this. We'll go series items, create. So we need a name. A direction. We need due date. We need an amount. Icon. Status. What are our statuses again? We have unpaid. That's what we want for that. A series ID, we don't need to set that. A category ID. And that should do it. Payment date. Due date and a payment date. So our payment date would be whatever our due date is minus the number of days before. Okay. All right. So the fields that are dynamic here will be due date and payment date. Everything else will be the same. So we can go case frequency, and And then we'll say weekly. Okay. And we'll go bi-weekly, monthly, and yearly. And this will say Rails logger error, unrecognized series frequency, creating initial items. Okay, and we'll return. Now, the values we need to set are the due date. We'll go actually first due date. Actually, that'll be based on the first occurrence. Okay, so first occurrence will always be that. Let me think here. So basically what we need to do is the first item will be created with the first occurrence date. And then we need to determine I suppose what the gap is or whatever between that one and the next one. So we're going to go like this, I guess we'll go. Not sure if we can do this, but let's try it. We can go like I'm almost thinking we should just create a separate method for this. Like weekly, or call it next increment. And then actually bring this over here. We'll pass in the frequency and last due date. Well, previous due date. And actually, we'll call this the next due date. So then we go previous due date plus 1 week. We'll go 2 weeks. Plus 1 month. And then we can go plus 1 year. Okay. Don't need this anymore. We'll just go return nil. So then what we need to do is determine how many of these items we're creating. Call it number of initial items. Do the same thing here. And then we'll just go, okay, so I think I want to do, I mean, 1 year of items is quite a large number. For weekly, so let's go 26. For bi-weekly, let's also go 26. It takes us to a year then. For monthly, we can do 12. Yearly, let's just do, I don't know, we can do 3. And then we need to go, oops. You need to pass in the frequency. Actually, we don't need to do that because we have the frequency already. So the same thing here, we don't need to do that. And then we can go number of initial items times do. I need the index though, number of times you're doing it. Is there a way to do that? Let's ask my AI. All right, we're gonna say I'm working on series.rb right now. Take a look. For how can I include the index in that loop? Okay. So it checked out series RB. It says currently method only includes a single item to create multiple items, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I know what to do there. I just want to know how to include the index. Okay, let's just add an index in like that. And then we'll go, let's see what it's set to do here. See if I like it or not. Due date presence. No, it's not what I want. Okay, we're gonna do this ourselves. Don't need you anymore. So if index is 0, we'll say due date equals the first occurrence otherwise the due date should equal first occurrence plus well, okay, I have it set up as the previous due date. It's probably the easiest, but we could also just do the number of, we could just say do, that should not be easier. Say so we want to do basically we just want to times it by, because like, okay, so for the first occurrence it's going to be on the first occurrence date. So let's do this. Let's go. We don't need this anymore actually. And we can change this to first occurrence. And then we need to go basically index times that. I think that might work. Okay, that's basically what we'll do. And then we don't need this anymore. And we can just go next due date with the index. And it's going to, what is it going to do? It's going to, for the first one, it'll go the first occurrence date plus index, which will be 0 times 1. Now, will that work? Will that give us an error if it's 0 weeks? Let's try it. So let's go today goes date dot today plus 0 weeks. All right, gives us today. Sweet. If we go plus 1 week, just 1 weeks, we get the next week. Perfect. All right. Okay, so I like this so far. Let's try, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, we have to do our payment date. So our payment date will just be the due date minus the number of days before. And I believe that's our column called paydays before. Yeah, so, and it is a integer, so we can just go, let's create a little method here. Next payment date, and it'll be the next due date with the index minus pay days before, and that should give us that value there. So we'll go next payment date index okay. Let's give it a try. Man, it looks like the YouTube stream is really bad right now. That's annoying. I think Twitch might be pretty bad right now too. Okay, I think I need to just stop the stream. Alright, I think this should be better now. That's really annoying. I should have stopped it and restarted it a while ago. I don't know why I didn't do that. Okay, so well, I'm just going to go over what I've done here so far. So creating this series, the recurring items, we have a method here called create initial items, which is a loop. And what it does is it determines the number of initial items. So we do that by looking at the frequency. So if it's weekly, then we set up 26, bi-weekly 26, monthly 12, and then yearly 3. And then we perform that loop that many times. And each time, the name is the same, direction, amount and icon are all the same status, category ID. The two that change are the next due date and the next payment date. And we set those like this. So basically we're going and checking what is the frequency. We grab the first occurrence and then we go index. So what is the index of the loop? And then we times that by the what do you call it, the gap between the next occurrence. So for weekly, we're adding it by 1 week, so we go index times 1. So if on our first loop the index will be 0, so it'll go 0 times 1, so it's 0 weeks. And I wasn't sure if that would work, but it does work. So if I go today plus 0 weeks, it just gives us today again. So that works perfect. And then we can go on the next loop. It will it'll be 1. So index of 1 times 1 will be 1 weeks, and so on. So 2, and that will give us, that should give us the correct increments between each item. Let's try it. So we already have a series that doesn't have any events, so let's just go there. So we have no items here. So let's go series equals series. Actually, reload this. Series equals series. Series.last. And then our method is called create initial items. So go series.create initial, create initial items. All right, we have an error here. We have saying undefined local variable or method number initial items. Yeah, we have a typo here. Number of initial items. So let's reload that. Grab our series again, and then go create initial items. We have another error. Okay. So we have a undefined local variable is series. Okay, we just need to go like this. Reload that again. Create initial items. What was the frequency on that one? Monthly. Okay. So we got 12 items created. They're not showing here. Let's go take a look at our series view. What is the error again? Missing partial series item. Okay, so it's because that is in items. Missing local day name. Okay, so that doesn't work. Where is our category item? Is it in there? It's in there. So we're basically using the same partial. Where should I put this? What is our other one we're using? Item. So we are passing in a day name. I got distracted there. I have no idea what I was just doing. It's really annoying that the stream was so bad for the first half of it. Not even half of it. That was like 45 minutes or something like that. All right, well, okay, so I'm just going to just duplicate it for now. I'm grabbing this partial, we'll go and stick it in series. And we'll go item, .html.erb, paste it in there. That should give us, no, and I need to update the series show to pull from that one. Series, there. June, July, August. Okay, it's incrementing. We're getting the correct dates there. Looks good. We should have some kind of indication this is a series. Or category. Do we have anything that says category on the categories? No, so we should do that there too. But let's just do this. Series show. And we'll put it right above here. Whoops. Where should I put it? Right here, probably. Okay, we got so many different flex. Okay, so what's going on here? We have this flex, which is giving us the icon and the title side by side. This flex, which is giving us a badge to the right. Probably just go like this. And then go category. Okay, little class, text. Can't remember what, am I using gray or slate in this app? Let's say I could use slate 1, so let's use gray 500, font semi-bold, see how that looks, maybe shrink it, text small, and then go MB1. Too small? That works. Okay, click on it. Get an error. Why we're getting an error? We're not creating those items for a user, I'm guessing. So series user ID should be the user ID of the series. So that's an issue. We need to have a items do not belong to a user? Is that for real? That's ridiculous. Okay. So we just created a bunch of items that don't belong to anything. Let's just go delete all our items. Items, destroy all Go series.last belongs to user. So then create initial items. Reload this. No, didn't reload it. Okay, so let's delete those again. Did I reload it? Reload. Series last, create initial items. There we go. Okay, and it's part of series. Great. That link doesn't work. Let's go make that work. Item show series. We will link to series path. Whoops. And it will be item dot series ID. There we go. Same category, it should say series. Series show. Series. Okay. I don't know why the heading is clickable or why it's hovering. Hover effect is gone. It's clickable though. Why is it clickable? Or showing, not clickable, but it has a curse. It's changing the cursor on hovering over it. That's odd. Do you have a link around here somewhere? Oh, right there. Okay, that's why. It is a link. So we don't want that. Let's just get rid of that. And delete to there. It's better. Click on that. Go back. Okay, good. Now, so we have done this. Series, create the item series on series, create the series items, yes. So that's done. Now we also need series, create next item when an item is marked as paid. Okay, so we'll do that after we update the series items. Actually, no, let's do this next here because this is relevant to an item update, not a series update. So let's go back to our series and we'll say rename this a bit. Initial items next due date. Initial items next payment date. Okay. And we'll go initial items. Initial items. Okay. And let's then create another method called create next item. So what we'll need to do is grab the last one in the series. So we'll go items.order by payment date, grab the last, and then grab this. We'll call it next payment date. We'll go just get rid of that. Last item dot payment date. Okay, and then we can go items.create let's go grab that. And then we'll go this should actually be the due date. Okay. So then we can go next due date. And we can go next due date minus pay days before. Okay, let's try that. Head over to the console, reload this. So we're gonna go series.last, and what is that method called? It's called create next item. Create next item, but let's just check what our last one here is first. So it's May 15th, and we should have the year if it's, well, no, it's the same. No, it's not the same year. We should have the year if it's if the year is a different year. But let's so May 15th. Let's try that. Looks like it set it to June 15th. Is the payment date correct? There we go. Okay, so let's create another series, and Let's go and call it let's call it electrical bill. There's some different icons in here. Say 200. Let's go monthly. Pay it on the 5th. Let's put it under house. And you know what? Let's actually get it to run this here. So let's go to, let's make these private. So this should now go and create those. We have a debugger in there. Initial items, next payment date, next due date. Did not work. Oh, I changed the name of that. Dang it. Okay. This method here can't be private, so let's pull this out. You know what? Just in case there's a situation where I need to actually run this, I'm gonna, from the console, I'm gonna pull that out of there. Let's put it here. Okay. Let's go back. Did it create the series there? No. So let's try this again. We'll go electrical bill. $200 monthly. Date 5th. House. Let's get rid of that debugger. Series controller. Create. June 5th, July, August, September. That looks good. All right, sweet. So that worked. Now let's test the, well, let's go into our item controller. Our status update controller. So we're updating it, and we'll go item.series create next item. Okay. So if I go and check this one off, I should get one for May 5th for the next following year. And we did. Sweet. So that's working as intended. Let's try a couple other scenarios here. So let's go maybe bi-weekly. Let's go call it paycheck. in. Let's go bi-weekly. Throw it on Thursday. Let's go Friday because that means we could have one tomorrow. Paycheck. Create. Okay, our first one. Okay, it's not showing the date on it, so I need to fix that. It looks like it is creating all the subsequent ones correctly. Let's go fix that date not showing. So we'll go to series, show. No, it's here. So where's our date? Get rid of that. Let's get rid of this too. Let's say only show this. If item out. Just the user doesn't have to pay that. So that looks good. Showing up good there. Now what is the last one in the series? The last one is May 15th. So let's check that off. And now we have on May 29th. So that's working. Okay, that looks like it's all working good. Is there anything displaying weird? Let's check. View series. I guess if the year isn't this year, I want to show the year. So we can go to item. It's under friendly payment date. So we'll say if the payment date this year okay, so that's not a method that works. So we can go year equals time dot now dot year. Okay, cool. Okay, so that's working. Check that off. Series edit and update form. This shouldn't take too long, so might as well do this here. And then I think that's going to be it for the day. But let's head over to our series. I guess the only thing is, on a series update, you also have to update the subsequent items. So there's a little more to that. I think I'm done for the day, or done for this stream anyway. So let's just update our tasks. Series edit update form. Yeah, so we have that update series item on series update. Let's unschedule that. It's not going to be for today. Okay, a couple more and then we can move on to these push notifications. I don't think there's anything else I really want to tackle. There was the persisting the current balance, but this now should actually be a little bit more useful. So if we put in 2000, that's really ugly, but it's working. So let's just go and commit all these changes. We'll say series and series item creation. And let's go make a quick change to that forecast. So like a green, teal. Where are we getting that color from? Is there a green? No. Is there a teal? There's a teal up there, there's a teal there. Item BG, so we have a helper. Forecast helper? Yeah, there we go. So let's just get rid of that. I don't like that. Just make it white. It's better. Maybe what we do is we make the balance green. So we'll go item balance color. Might as well make it teal because I think that's used elsewhere here. Or what is our color? Have a color set. Okay, we'll use teal. So where's our balance? Go item, balance, color, direction. change the other green to teal. Okay, that's better. Alright, save that, commit that. Forecast item styling. Alright, well that's gonna be it for this stream. I'm gonna have to go and probably trim out all the part that was buffering and everything at the beginning there on YouTube. That stinks. But oh well. Alright, I'm out.